Welcome back to the C Space Studio here at CES 2024. I am James Kotecki, and joining us, Michael Senzon, President AMG Digital, which is of course a division of Allen Media Group. Welcome to the C Space Studio.
Thank you, James. Glad to be here.
It's great to be here with you, and we want to talk about your brand. We had your boss on last year, and want to talk about what Allen Media Group means in 2024, and maybe the different assets that you deal with that people might be familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. And Byron, trying to follow Byron on stage is something that I try to avoid doing because he does such a great job telling that story. But I know he'll be on later today. You know, Allen Media Group as a whole, right, has a phenomenal portfolio of media assets. There's the digital portfolio, Local Now, the Weather Channel app. We have 8 cable networks, a whole group of our local affiliates, broadcast, and then a film division. So it's a remarkable organization. Here at CES, we're talking about digital in a big way, and it's grown so much. It's so exciting to be a part of. And really Local Now, the Local Now streaming platform, like that's really one of the big stories that we're talking about because we're meeting obviously with partners across the board from technology to content. And our brand message here is we are the best free TV streaming experience available. And what's so exciting about being here in 24 with that brand message is going back to the kernel of the idea. And when Byron bought the Weather Channel, this goes back just to 2018, and I love talking about this because I've had the privilege of being kind of right there on the sidelines with him, and he had this kernel of an idea. Because a lot of the investors at that time, the ownership, were like, you might not want to continue to invest, because it really was just a fast platform.
Right.
Local Now was just, it was really innovative for its time. And it was really groundbreaking, the technology, and still is. But it was only a fast channel, but it was in every market, so it was a local channel. And Byron had this vision. I can remember it like it was yesterday. We were talking about, I was explaining like really what it was. I'm like, you have basically the largest local station group that's digital in your portfolio.
Free ad-supported
streaming channels. Yeah. So 225 of them, it launched on Sling. So Byron acquires it, hears about it, and the kernel of the idea is born, and he's like, we're going to reimagine free TV.
Yeah.
And at that time, no one had the thought of, hey, let's lead with local, right? And let's have entertainment and news. And that was his concept. And it really took off the beginning of the pandemic. I remember the phone call. He's like, we're going to launch this thing, and we're going to launch it in a big way. And that wasn't that long ago. So we had to completely start from scratch, and now we're here today with the best free TV platform that leads with local. So it's a great time for us.
And tell us about the consumer experience for people who haven't gotten to experience that yet. So I go to a Local Now station. What kind of content am I experiencing? Is it local news? Is it specifically focused local content? How is that being created and delivered? What am I experiencing?
It's the simplest experience. You download the app, Amazon Fire, Roku, every device on your handheld. We know where you are, right? So we find out your location. So I'm in Atlanta. It knows I'm in Atlanta, and it geolocates me. It gives me a Local Now channel, all my local affiliates, so ABC affiliate, down the line. We just closed, we just finished onboarding all of PBS. We're the only free ad-supported platform that has every PBS station in every market.
So you don't need to create your own local news. You can kind of aggregate it and make it an experience for people.
Essentially, it's free TV. Yeah. It's the best of free TV. So we've now got premium content brands and all of this great local content available as well.
So you've had a lot of success with this. What are your near-term opportunities then? As you're looking out to 2024, what are you thinking about, poised for, excited about?
There's so much excitement because we have, when we look at, we're now at the table, right, with all of the major media companies, and we have the privilege of sitting together and talking about, now that we have our formidable platform, right, and we're being looked at like the Tubies and the Plutos of the world, we have this opportunity to bring even better IP to our consumer, our customers, and continue to innovate. Like that's the big deal too, right? So it's a combination of product and technology with content, right? And then of course the support and the entrepreneurial fire of working for a Byron Allen, right?
Yeah.
Not everybody gets to have that.
Just
right?
having
And
had 10 minutes with him last year in this chair, I
Oh, yeah.
understand that energy. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So, he puts a product hat on, he puts a content hat on, right? Not many CEOs and chairmen of companies are going to take that type of time or even understand it, right? So that's one of the things that Byron does really well.
When you think about what the consumer is thinking as we head into 2024, where do you think their head's at? Are they overwhelmed with all the streaming platforms? Are they, fed up with all the different fees they have to pay? Are they increasingly interested in ad-supported models? Where do you see the consumer?
Well, I think the consumer is absolutely frustrated because I'm frustrated and I'm a consumer. My wife and I'll sit down to watch TV, right? And it's like, well, wait, where do you have the password to Disney Plus? And wait, is that on Netflix? And like, it's just frustrating, right? So I think that is probably the most troubling. I mean, just let's be real, like we're both probably extremely lean heavily as active streaming consumers. And I'm sure you get frustrated by where was that? How do I access this? It gets frustrating over time. And unfortunately, that's the biggest challenge, right? Is that you've got all these media companies, content rights and quarterly earnings that prevent what would be utopia for streaming. Because you know what utopia would be? Like think about algorithmic, either TikTok, whether you were OG Facebook, Insta, or TikTok, bringing social content to the forefront, right? That was like the beginning of algorithmic, like curation. Let me simplify and make your life better. We're not there yet, but AI is going to be a big advantage to help, I think, bring and push the industry forward. To make it easier for consumers, because that's what matters. Frictionless environment for consumers.
And are you indeed looking at ways that AI can bring us a little bit closer to that utopian state?
Oh, 100%. Again, one of the great things about our organization is we move fast and we're able to incubate, and we are in a 10-year, a long-term agreement with Google, and that's across media, our entertainment, our advertising, and of course technology in a big, big way. So we've been, we have sort of carved out very much the opportunity for us to incubate AI, right, for our platforms behind the scenes and in front of, sort of the user interface. And we're bringing that to the forefront on the Weather Channel direct-to-consumer app and Local Now. So the idea is like we're doing the best we can to bake in more personalization of your channel guide should be unique, James, to mine, right? Like I shouldn't show you the same channel guide as what I see because we like different things. And then as you look at channel curation, right, and also just in general recommendations, we want to move, everything should be about frictionless environment, right? That's the key. Because again, if we go back to what does our brand mean? The best free TV experience. And to make the best free TV experience in 2024, removing friction and using AI to help make your life easier is important.
Is AI going to help you on the content side? As a generative AI, are you thinking about that?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look, I think, Local Now is, one of the great things about the Weather Channel and Local Now is there's a brand safety is one of the biggest opportunities that we have to stand out with advertisers. We have a lot of trust. Weather Channel is the most trusted brand, one of the most trusted brands in the country. Local Now has really an amazing editorial filter. So that trust and brand that's important to consumers and advertisers is key. So we have that to start with. Now, as we bring in AI to bring in content, there's efficiencies that can allow those editorial and creative people to do their jobs better. And of course, there's tech like, there are like reports and video generation and audio. So we have really workflows happening behind the scenes for all of it. And little by little, it's coming to market. If we do our jobs well, James, the audience doesn't really know the difference. They trust us, right, to provide factual and good entertainment to them. And the way we can do it behind the scenes with technology, that's our responsibility.
You can imagine a hyper-local now, where it's maybe the news in my backyard or the weather that's happening
Absolutely.
literally on my street, right?
Yeah, well, and I think that's, that gets to where we can be in the future, right, which is, AI is going to unlock the capabilities and help us reimagine, because I think Local Now, when you think about Local Now, right, and local content, digital local content is really, to younger consumers, like it's only digital. Like that's how they get local content. So we have, right now we have channels like the Big Four network affiliates that resonate with, you know about the Big Four network affiliates, but
my kids might not.
Your kids might not, right? So we have the opportunity to take the journalistic pedigree, the entertainment pedigree, use AI to help generate a new form of content that's even beyond TikTok, right? But is based in fact and trust and reimagines community, right? And that's really exciting to think about,
Well, Michael Senzon, AMG Digital, Allen Media Group, thank you so much for bringing your pedigree to us here in the C Space Studio.
Yep, thank you, James.
Really appreciate it.
Yep.
And thank you so much for watching. The C Space Studio rolls on here at CES 2024. I'm James Kotecki. Stay with us.